Hey, what is going on, Geminis? Butch here. I'm going to do your April read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Incromancy Tarot. For those of you who aren't familiar with this deck, it's one of my favorites. I got it as a gift a few years ago from a member of our community, and I've loved it ever since. I mean, each card was designed by a different tattoo artist, their take on what particular card they had. It's such a unique deck. Absolutely love it. And tattoos and tarot, what's not to love? With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Geminis for April 2024? What message do we have for Geminis? All right, Geminis. So the first thing that I'm getting here, Geminis, is I feel like there's a lot of big changes coming for you. I feel like there's something that you've been thinking about, something you've been focused on. I feel like this is more of a career thing. I feel like there's something that you want to do, but there's been something that's been holding you back from this. I mean, first thing, we're going to start with a four of swords. I feel like you've been overthinking this. This is something that you've wanted to do for a while. And I feel like it's something that you really wanted. Something that you've been thinking about, like I said, a lot. But I feel like, I feel like you know exactly what you want with that Two of Wands. But I feel like there's this internal struggle with that Five of Wands. I feel like inside you, I feel like there's, like I said, there's a lot of overthinking. It's been holding you back. There's something that you wanted to do, but I feel like it sometimes it feels like you may be looking at the negatives instead of the positives. And that comes with overthinking. Sometimes the worst place we can be is in our own head. But I feel like you know exactly what you want. Now, we have the Moon card. So I feel like this could really, this really kind of explains the thought process here. With the Moon card, the way I like to look at the Moon card is, you're walking in, say you're walking in the woods in the middle of the night. You got this big bright moon up, lighting up what it can, but the things it doesn't light up aren't as clear. Everything has shadows. There is, that darkness that lies beneath it all. So it's almost like being afraid of making the wrong choice. Afraid of what you're not seeing. But we can't be afraid of the things we can't see. It's like I said with the moon card, it's almost like we're kind of half seeing the picture. We're seeing what's lit up, but we're not seeing what's not lit up. We don't know what's in the shadows. We don't know what lurks there, but we can't live our life in the shadows. And I feel like this is really relevant to this. It's almost like you're afraid of what, you may be overthinking because you're afraid of what may happen if you're wrong. You may be afraid of what would happen, if you make this big leap and it doesn't work out. But I feel like the biggest thing here is trusting your intuition. You got this. You got this. Don't let second guessing make decisions for you. I remember this teacher in school always told me, go with your gut. When you're answering a question, if you don't think you know the answer, go with your first instinct. And that's what this read starts off like. You know what I mean? I feel like trusting yourself, trusting in your ability, and trusting your intuition. Because I see a lot of big things coming for you. The opportunity you've been waiting for is here, right in front of you. I feel like you just got to take that leap. Because these big changes, it's happening fast. It's happening really fast. We have the Knight of Swords. Fast moving energy. And then we also have the Fool, taking that leap of faith, trusting in yourself, believing in yourself. Even, like I said, don't let yourself have the time to second guess it, because I feel like there's this new opportunity is presenting itself to you and you need to jump on it. And when you jump on it, that new opportunity with that page of Pentacles, when you jump on it, I see new stability. I see you getting what you want, but you got to go after it. Now, I know I don't really do the whole career read, but if it's there, I'm going to say it. But that's not all I see in this. I see letting go of what's holding you back with that Devil card, taking that leap. And not only do I see new stability for you, I also see a new connection. Now with this connection, I feel like, for some of you, this could be reigniting an old connection, making new energy because of the fact that these big changes that are coming for you. I feel like once you start seeing that you made the right choice, your confidence, all those things are going to change. How you feel about yourself, how you see about yourself, opening yourself up to these new these new changes that are coming for you, these new possibilities with that Eight of Swords in reverse. It's almost like breathing new air. And like I said, with that, taking that leap, I see a new stability. I see you getting your shit together, being successful in this new venture. With that Knight of Pentacles, that Taurus energy, and also that Wheel of Fortune, good things happening. I see you finding stability. So like that's what I'm saying. With this connection, this romantic connection I see coming your way, this could be just solidifying stability. Solidifying that friendship. I feel like with this person, like I said, it does feel a bit familiar. So like I said, for some of you, it is someone that you may have been with or already or are still with. It's breathing new life into that as well. It's that ripple effect that I've talked about countless times. When things start going right, everything else starts going right. And that's what I see. Everything is changing in your life, but everything is changing for the better. That wind of change. I feel like honestly, I feel like the changes that are coming are more than you even expected. Sometimes we think, okay, we think about something, this new job opportunity came up, or this new opportunity, it could be to start your own business, or to, really bet on yourself. Sometimes we think of the worst case scenario and the best case scenario, but sometimes the best case scenario we think about is still kind of underselling it. I feel like you're going to get a lot more than you even thought you were going to get. But like I said, I feel like this really feeds into how this other person sees you, how you see yourself. It's all about being honest with yourself. And once you're honest with yourself and you know your value, you know your worth, that's when you really get it. It's about being truthful to yourself, being true to you, and everything else will fall into place. And like I said, with this connection, like I said, for some of you, it is a connection that you've already started. But I feel like this kind of gives it a different perspective. I see some deep communication. I see some fearless energy. With that 8 of Wands, that, I see some real communication happening. And sometimes when we're overthinking about one thing, we kind of cut ourselves off from the rest of the world. I have a tendency to do that as well. When I'm deep into thought, it's almost like I can only focus on that one thing. And every other time I'm kind of all over the place. But like I said, once this confidence comes, that fearless energy, with that 9 of Swords in reverse, I feel like we can really start communicating. And I feel like the connection with this person that I see, this friendship, this stability, it's only strengthened. And we start to see the true potential in it. With that Lover's card, that deep, loving connection. And with the Sun card as well, I see a lot of happiness. We sometimes underestimate how big one decision can be. And I feel like with this person, like I said, now, what I was also saying is it could be someone new. Because I am feeling new energy. So possibly a past person, a current person, or a new person. I'm really not getting one way or the other. I just feel like there's a new energy. Revitalizing a connection, or, a rebirth, or a new connection altogether. But either way, it is someone that you know. I feel like it's someone that you really care about, really think about, the one person that matters to you. And I feel like with these changes coming, I feel like not only, career-wise, I see these big changes, but also, with your romantic connection as well. And like I said, it's that ripple effect. It's like your energy has changed. And when I said that in the beginning is about everything's changing with that 6 of Swords, everything in your life is changing. I feel like you're finding success in different areas of your life, not just monetarily, career-wise, like I said, but real strengthening emotional connections. Your confidence changes your energy outward, even if you don't realize it. It kind of reminds me of when you get that dream job, and that whole day is just everything is going your way. You just want to go buy a lottery ticket because it just seems like everything's happening for you. That's what I see moving forward for you. I see a lot of good things happening. A lot of great things. I'm not going to undersell it by saying good. I see great. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Sun card. Strengthening connections. Not only romantically, but I feel like there's also connections that you're strengthening, just in your everyday life. Maybe with friends, family. I feel you putting off a different energy moving forward. And I feel like it's solely based on the fact that you bet on yourself. a lot of people can see things in you, see potential in you, but until you see it, we can't live it out. But I see a huge leveling up for you. Investing in yourself, trusting in yourself. And I know Geminis really well. Like my partner, she's a Gemini. My best friend, he's a Gemini. We've been best friends since we were 4. And sometimes your worst enemy can be yourself. And I'm saying that with nothing but love for you. And that's not just Geminis, but I noticed that, like, anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, like I said, I see a lot of good things. I see foundation being built. I see everything that, the things that you may have had in your head, the negatives and the positives. I only see the positives from this. I only see growth. I only see advancement, that level up. Not only career-wise. Like I said, I don't usually do the whole career thing, but if it's there, I'm going to say it. But I feel like that's a beginning of this new transformation for you. It kind of represents or resembles the phoenix coming out of the ashes. When you thought you were done, you thought you couldn't do it. All these things, these negative thoughts being shed while you burst up on this new level up. Like I said, a lot of great things coming for you in April. And this is just the beginning. I feel like you got a lot of big things coming. Now with this read, we have Taurus, some Virgo, we have some Pisces, some Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And we also have some Sagittarius and Aries. But what I was going to say is, since it's story time, that's the end of the read for anybody that's just watching the read. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Anybody who's looking for story time, here we go. My best friend. It's always been his biggest critic. He's always been hard on himself. No matter how much I try to tell him, I believe in you, man, you need to do, like, he always kind of worked these really basic job. He had the same job for quite a while. And I was always in his ear, always. You got to bet on yourself, man. You're a smart guy. You're better than your job. He was loyal to his job, even when his job screwed him over and over again. He kept giving him, his loyalty. He kept showing up. He kept putting in the work. People would get promotions over him because they knew people in the company, and he was really depressed about it. But he's one of those people that he has to have a job. He can't quit a job until he has another job, and that other job has to be better than the job he has. But anyway, I always was in his ear telling him, like, you can do better, man. Like, you're a hard working guy. You're intelligent. You're charismatic. He makes friends wherever he goes. And like I said, and he's loyal. And I feel like when you have those type of qualities, you should get paid for it. So I finally talked him going to school. He went to school. He went back to school, even though he's like, I'm feeling like old and going to school with these young people. And I'm like, nah, man, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, you're not that old. So he went and he worked his ass off. And once he was done, he got himself a great job, and he's super, super happy now. And the thing is, he had a girlfriend I never liked. Never liked her. I didn't think she treated him well. But It was his life. I wasn't gonna talk to him about his love life, like his career. I'll talk to him about his love life. I told him my say in it, and I left it alone. Once he got this new job, he started to reevaluate other parts of his life, and he started to, he broke up with this girl that was never good to him, never good for him. He's just in the last 3 years, he's got a great job, pays great, great benefits. They treat him excellent. They're really good to him. They're already talking about, training him to move up in the company into something a lot more. It's because he put in a couple years, and he doesn't miss a day. But anyway, the point of the story is, once he started having confidence and believing in himself, things started changing for him. He got rid of a few friends that weren't doing him any good, that were only holding him back. He started eating healthier. I got him back into the gym. And I see the person I always knew he could be. And we were talking the other day, actually, and he doesn't really get deep, but we had a deep conversation the other day. And it's one of the very few of them we've had. And like I said, we've been best friends since we were 4. But he was telling me, how confident he is. He goes out and he's confident, in everyday life. He's approaching women he would never approach before because he didn't feel like he had anything to offer. Like he said, I just feel so differently now. I feel like I'm living a different life. And the only thing that makes me sad is the fact that I could have done this years ago. And I said, don't even worry about that, man, because you're doing it now. And that's the thing. It's a ripple effect. You start being respected at work. You get a job that you're respected, that you're making the money you deserve. You start seeing your value. And then that ripples into every part of your life. Friends that weren't good to you, you can get rid of them. You may have been in a relationship where that person wasn't good to you, but you took it because you didn't feel like you deserved more. Now you get rid of that person because you see what they did. And it's one thing I've always said, and I was telling him too, as I said, if you don't know your worth, people will undersell you all day long. It's just human nature. It's sad, but you got to know your value, because if you don't know your value, it's like you're selling your house. If you had no idea what your house is worth, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna undersell yourself. You're gonna your house can be worth $300,000 and you're selling it for $250,000, and then somebody comes along and offers you $220,000, and that's the thing. It's all about knowing your worth, and it's all about believing in yourself. Because you're never going to get anywhere until you believe in yourself. People can believe in you all day long, and that's great. But until you believe in yourself, things don't change. They stay status quo. So if anything isn't going right in your life, this is for everybody, not just for the people that resonate with this reading, but if you have dreams, see them through. If you have something, especially something that you've been focused on for a long time, but you keep talking yourself out of it, remember, at the end of the day, the reason why you didn't get it because of you. You're standing in your own way. You talk to yourself out of it, because nobody else's opinion should matter to you at the end of the day. Or no, let me say that right. Nobody else's opinion should trump your opinion. Anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling on, but like I said, with this read, I see a lot of big things coming, and it keeps getting better. So enjoy the ride, because it's about to get real smooth. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.